Yo, it's your boy Cam from Chin Checkers. We want to talk about these three fights we had this weekend. First fight I want to talk about is the Adonis Stevenson and Badu Jack fight. Okay, so for the first 6 rounds, pretty much nothing happened. Seventh and eighth round, Badu Jack started to come on, pressing the fight and coming forward, some body attack and some good shots. Then the ninth round, it was kind of just like the first 6 rounds. Then the 10th and the 11th round, and Stevenson started coming on, and then he had that wicked body shot that kind of slowed Jack down. And then the 12th round was just toss up. It wasn't too much action going on in that fight. And to be honest with you, I had to watch the fight at least 3 times because I kept falling asleep because the first 6 rounds just boring. Nothing was going on. It's kind of like they were salsa dancing. So that's that with that fight. I want to give a shout out to my boy Daniel out in the UK. My little homie put me on to this the Lee Selby Josh Warrington fight. Now that fight was pretty good. Man, he told me, he was like, yo, you gotta watch that fight. It's a good fight. Told me how I couldn't able to watch that fight even though it was out in the UK. Really good fight. And Josh Warrington got the victory, took away the IBF 126 pounds strapped away from Lee Selby. It was a pretty good fight. I mean, Selby, tried to fight outside of his, use his range and everything, but Warrington was just coming up under all those jabs and coming up under and going strong to the body. And then Selby got cut in the second and the 6th round, and he was just bleeding real bad. And Warrington was just catching him with them overhand rights coming over the top. And Selby had a good game plan, but Warrington was just a little bit better and sharper. He was doubling up with them left hooks to the body and to the head, a lot of 2 and 3 punch combinations. And he was catching some of them jabs and some of the punches with his gloves, with the high guard that he used. And, he came out with the victory, which was, a really good fight, man. And, man, once again, shout out to my man Daniel out in the UK about telling me about that fight. That was a really good fight, man. A really good fight. Tough, man. I kind of want to go to the UK and even see some fights, man. That the crowd, the atmosphere, they was in a soccer stadium, 28,000 fans. It was just crazy just watching it, man. Then the next fight I want to talk about is the Gary Russell and the Joseph Diaz fight, which was a really good fight, competitive fight. Gary Russell won that fight, and there's a lot of things that I could have seen Joseph came out with a game plan, but Gary just really outboxed him. Joseph looked like he wanted to go to the body, and in the first 2 rounds, Gary just started straight outboxing him. That right hand jab was just all over the place, and Joseph Diaz was catching some of them jabs with the glove, man, with a high guard and the glove, the same way that Josh Warrington was catching them shots when he was fighting Lee Selby. And he was walking him down and cutting off the ring, but he wasn't throwing no punches at Gary, and that kind of really messed him up. And Gary's hand speed was just superior, and I was thinking like around the end of the 2nd round, Gary was like he hurt his right hand, but at the same time he hurt his right hand and threw like 500 jabs with that. So I don't know if that was really a good thing, man. And he started using more angles and started moving more movements to get away from Joseph Diaz. And Joseph was throwing some body shots, though. A few of those body shots, I thought that Gary Russell was gonna just buckle and go down, because you could hear them shots. This sound like fireworks when he was hitting them, man. Even the crowd was oohing and ahhing and everything like that, and it was crazy. But if Joseph Diaz would have fought the whole fight like he fought the end of the 12th round, if he'd have fought at least half of the fight, he probably would have came out with a draw. But what I seen from Joseph Diaz, this is my second time seeing him fight, and I like him. I like him a lot. I want to see him again. I give him about a year or two, and he's gonna win a title at that 126-pound division. Trust and believe, that featherweight division. He's gonna get a title. He will get a title. My only thing with Gary Russell is I hope we get to see him again at the end of this year, because he his last 3 years he only had one fight per year, and he's a very good talent, very great boxer. I like him, so I hope he fights again at the end of the year, and I want to see Joseph Diaz again fight again. And another thing that I want to say, man, one of the best moments of the weekend in boxing. Shout out to my man Fred from Barbershop Conversation. My man did what he said he was gonna do. For those who don't know, Golden Boy Promotion had put out some racist emails a couple months ago, and my man Fred came from LA, went to Maryland to confront Golden Boy Promotion about these emails. Didn't get any answers, but from the looks of their faces and the responses that they gave, I could tell that my man did his thing. Once again, Karen from Chin Checkers, check me out, man. Follow me on Instagram, ChinCheckers7, and I'm out.